Um,
Okay, I'm here. I'm just gonna change my baby, so don't ask me questions right first.
okay, that's fine. You can mute yourself too.
I'll be here. I'm just gonna change her and try to get her calmed down.
Okay, can you just mute yourself too?
Pardon?
Can you mute yourself?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, sorry. Everyone, we'll give everyone a few minutes to arrive and then we'll get started. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I hope everyone was able to get on okay. If not, or if you need more team on, just message on the team page or something like that. So anyways, I'm Taylor. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a Triple Diamond leader with AWorks Global. So we're gonna just go ahead and get right into it. We're gonna talk about getting to Ruby. So getting to Ruby is a great rank, and it's a great rank to get to, and then also be able to teach your team how to get to. Rubies on average make $5.99 a month. And then for those of you who sign up this month, you're going to get that $500 Ruby bonus for going Ruby in your first 2 months. And then if you signed last month, you're still going to go for that $1,000 Ruby bonus. So the first step is you're going to go into your eSuite. You're going to go to Document Library, and you're going to search Ruby. And then a Ruby chart is going to pull out. So I have one printed off. So if you don't have a printer, I have one written up. So if you don't have a printer, you can easily write one up. So this is a Ruby chart. I hope everyone can see it okay. So this is you up here. And then as you can see, there's 5 spots open. So this is 5 distributors. So that's right there. Over here, I've added the first 4 loyal customers. And it's so important to get this done in your first 30 days. So if you're going for Ruby, I highly suggest you start taking notes. So yeah, so this is a Ruby chart. So your first goal when you're signing up to become a distributor is getting those 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. You have to get them in your first 30 days to qualify for this Ruby bonus. So you're going to get 4 loyal customers, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also going to unlock, you're going to become Fast Start qualified. So Fast Start qualified means you're going to be able to earn bonuses. Then it's also going to give you $120 if you're in the States, a free product, or if you're in Canada, it's going to give you $135 in free product. This free product will show up in your account within maybe 3 to 4 days, give or take, and then you're going to be able to log into your eSuite, and you're going to be able to place an order. And at the end of your order, you're going to have the option to use this credit. So it's great. It's a great opportunity. You can either sell this product if you wanted to. So some people will do boxes of wraps so that they can sell them and make wrap cash. Or other people's are like, this is a great opportunity to buy product and to learn more about the product so that that person can become a product of a product. And then when you're talking to your potential customers, you can share about them. You know, I've used this product. This is what it's like. That kind of stuff. So there's 2 options for that free product. So back to this Ruby chart. So as you can see, some people are like, oh my goodness, how am I going to fill this Ruby chart with 5 people, and what does GV even mean? So we're going to go over what GV means, what BV means, and PBV means before we go on. So as the Ruby chart, you can see this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot. So that's 4 of 5 people need 400 GV. So GV stands for group volume. Group volume comes from customers' orders, someone placing a personal order, or if this person has distributors under them, that's going to change and affect this person's group volume. So now you have 4 people that need 400 group volume. So I look at it as, on average, 400 group volume is 8 wrap customers. So the next step, the next one is PBV. So that stands for personal bonus volume. So this is just your personal volume. So this is your personal auto shipments, or if you run an auto shipment, or if you buy product, this will affect your PBV. And then PBV is your personal loyal customers that you enroll and that you keep. So back to this chart. Oh yeah, and BV stands for bonus volume, and bonus volume is just the number on each product. So back to the chart. So right here we have 5 people. So your next step after getting your 4 loyal customers is now going to, you're going to start, advertising about people joining your team. So remember, when you're asking people to join your team, you want it to be about them. You want to help other people make money. You're not looking to help, yourself at this point. You're looking to help other people earn money. And when you present yourself that way, that you're looking to help people, more people want to come to you because they're like, wow, this is amazing. Like, yes, I want to help change my life too. So you're going to have 5 people. So we call this right here, these people right directly under you, your top line. So these are people that you will enroll. So once you have these 3, then you're going to start charting downwards. But the thing is, you might not be the one to fill out all these 5 people. When you're watching videos, Lori suggested in the 30-day push that it is your responsibility to fill out your chart. So with that being said, don't get frustrated if somebody else isn't getting these 2, because it is your responsibility, but someone else might be able to get these 2 as well. So you have your top line here of 3, and then you have underneath one of these people, you're going to have 2 people. So these might be people that you've enrolled. So you have your 3 spots, you've got 3 people up there, and then all of a sudden you enroll your next distributor. So then you're going to look at these 3 people, and you could place a distributor under one of these people. So now you're starting to build what is called, this says right here, executive. So for you to go Ruby, you need someone to be executive. So that has 2 people with 400 group volume each. And so also another tip is that, so after you enroll those first loyal customers, you're going to teach those people to do the exact same thing. You want them to make sure that they can qualify for the Ruby bonus if they sign up this month. And you also want to make sure that they're going to get that $120 if you're in the States, or $135 in free product if you're in Canada. So that's huge. This is also going to, like I said, it's going to make them faster qualified. So when you're filling out this chart, as you now have those first 4 customers, you could now start to place your loyal customers as well. So you could start to now think, okay, I have my first 4 loyal customers, I've gotten my free product, now I have these 3 distributors, and I'm going to actually enroll a loyal customer, so it's coming into you, and then you say, I'm going to help this person over here get to 400 group volume, so you're going to be able to start to place them. So it's nice to know that this is a team effort, but you can also, work to fill out the chart on your own. If you're quick on rolling those distributors, if you're quick on rolling those loyal customers, help your team out. Place them in your chart, and it's also going to, it's going to up your team. It's going to get your team motivated. Your team's going to feel better, and it's going to feel great to be working as a team. Or if you have to do it yourself, then it's going to feel great because you did do it yourself. So that's the basic of a Ruby chart. I hope I explained it pretty good. I mean, it becomes a little complicated. The more you start to do it, the more you're going to understand. The more you're going to start to understand it. Another good point to know is that for you to promote, you must be commission qualified. You have to be commission qualified for you to promote. Your executive needs to be commission qualified for you to promote. So commission qualified is going to mean it's going to mean an auto shipment of 80 BV. So that means that you're going to place a personal order of 80 BV. So you're going to look at the product and you're going to make sure that whatever product you choose matches up to be 80 BV. So for example, wraps is 54 BV. Hair, skin, nails is 30 BV. So then you can match those 2 products and you want to make sure that it's going to equal 80. Or if you're choosing not to run an auto shipment, you're going to make sure that you have 150 PBV. So that's 150 personal bonus volume. And personal bonus volume comes from the customers that you are going to enroll. The one thing that people will start to get scared about is running an auto shipment. It's, buying that product. But again, it's great to use if you wanted to become a product of the product, or like I said before, you can sell the product you have on hand, making quick wrap cash. And another great thing is when you're placing these loyal customers and you're running an auto shipment, you don't have to now worry about those personal ones after you reach the 4. You can start helping to build your team up, which is going to build you up, and then it's going to help you get the bonus faster than you might before. So those are the few things to go over when you're looking at a Ruby chart. I highly recommend you print this off and add in the 4 loyal customers and then write them in as you get these people. Write these people's names in as you enroll them. And like I said, someone up here on your top line might even start to take off and enroll 2 distributors, and then your chart is complete. So print this off, have it in front of you, put it on your fridge, and even start to make what we call as a 100 list. So you're going to start making a list of people that you think might be interested in product or might be interested in the business. And then contact them, and then just start chatting to them, and then bring up like, hey, I've started this great business. I'm wondering if you're interested in products, or I thought about you when I thought about this business, and I felt that you would rock it. Like, are you interested in it all? Do you want to hear about it? Stuff like that. But have a sense of urgency to fill this chart out as fast as you can, because the faster you get this filled out, the faster you have the chance of getting that big bonus, and it's going to be a huge. It's going to be amazing to have that added to your paycheck. So on the call, we have a few of our leaders, and they're now going to share some tips with you on how to get to Ruby in that first 2 months and earn yourself that bonus. So first up, Jamie, if you want to unmute yourself, and if you just want to share a little bit about yourself, what your rank is, when you started, and then share some tips.
Sure. So I'm Jamie. I am a double diamond right now, and I started November of 2014. And for me, I think the hardest part, at least in the beginning, was getting those four loyal customers. Not a lot of my family supported me when I first started, so it was hard to, get people that I knew until I could figure out how to work Instagram for my benefit. So that was probably the hardest part. Whoops. And then I think once you kind of get going and you lay the foundation of your business, which is usually in the first month or two, it starts to get easier and you have more of a routine and it just becomes like part of your life. So I just wanted to talk tonight about loyal customers and how to get them, and my tips that I've probably shared with my team, so sorry if this is repetitive. But so first of all, when you first join, you're going to want to follow the steps to success. Of course, as many times as you can every month, fill that sheet out. But your first 4 loyal customers to get that 120 in free product. And then as you grow your business and you grow your team, you're also going to get distributors, right? So distributors kind of don't do anything for you unless you have the volume to back them up. So it's obviously really important to gain loyal customers as well as distributors. So for me, what works the best in getting loyal customers is wording it as the 90-day challenge. So the 90-day challenge, I would just promote it in all of my pictures. Start your 90-day challenge today, because that way then they know it's not just a one-time buy, but they also know that they don't have to, you're not saying there's a 3-month auto shipment. So 90-day challenge, there's no surprise in the length of time, obviously, and I'll say it's 90 days split into 3 months, and you get the product if you want at my price. Leaving it very simple, but also answering their question and not going too much into detail, like word vomiting on them, because that can turn people off. And then I also never say auto shipment until they're ready to order and they ask for my website, because then I'll tell them, the exact steps of how to order, and then at the end say enroll with auto shipment. That's fine, but as far as before and just talking to a potential loyal customer, I would never say that, because usually that commitment scares them off. So it's all about wording. It's all about how you say things to your customers. And you'll know, too, if you're talking to somebody and they give you one-word answers, or you ask them questions and it's like they don't really want to talk, they don't want a lot of information either. So be very aware of who you're talking to and how you're wording it and what you're saying. Also, making yourself seem urgent. So I'll always post selfies or post in one of the results pictures, I have 5 spots left for wraps. I have 2 spots left for hair, skin, and nails, product tester, or whatever. And then when they comment or they DM or I personally DM them, I would say, I have 1 spot left. It's yours if you want it. Because when I first started, I ordered wraps, and Taylor made it seem like she only had, I think she said she had 3 spots left, and then when I DM'd her, she only had 1, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this right now. I have to. So that really pushed me to order and to sign, when obviously we have as many spots as we need, but the customer doesn't know that, and they don't need to know that, so it's good for that sense of urgency to be okay, I need to do this now, instead of, oh, I don't have money, or I spent money on something else, so I'll text you back or call you back in a week, rather than doing it right then and there. I also push referrals. You can kind of use that as a selling point as well, or the perk points, without getting too wordy, but you can say, in an ad or if they're interested in wraps, say, yeah, there's potential for free wraps through our referral program, and leave it at that. But that can kind of catch people's attention and give them a little bit more drive to order and get their friends signed up as well, because you'll also get commissions off of your referral. So yeah, I think that might be it, but oops, low battery. And then I just want to touch base also on following. So following and following up are my 2 biggest things. I have more customers from following up than I ever do with cold messaging and things like that. I think those are great tools if you know how to do that. But for me, following up is key. I follow up every Friday. It doesn't have to be Friday, but pick a day, follow up with all of your potential. I have girls that signed for wraps or signed for a product when I hadn't talked to them, or really they hadn't replied in months, and I'll still follow up with them, and then finally they do. So never write somebody off because they don't want to order right then and there. It's always potential. There's always a possibility that they could. We never know what's going on in their life. So following up is huge. And then following, of course, is huge. And I think that if you're following at least 100 people a day, you're on the up and up. You're doing pretty well. I try to follow at least 1,000 new people a month, but that's not the only way to get loyal customers. If you're in a slow spot, a slow period of your business, it's not going very well, I would suggest doing something different, like blitzing or chatting on Facebook or friending different and new people, because you never know, your followers could just be broke or bored or whatever their issues are. So yeah, I think that's it for loyal customers.
Yeah, thank you. Those are great tips to follow, and great advice to follow. I find the same thing with that 90-day challenge. I find it's a lot easier to post about and get interest, because when people come to you, they already know that it's a 90-day commitment, and you don't have to re-explain it, and then they get scared. So I think that's a great tip as well.
Yeah, totally.
Lindsay, are you there? Oh, there she is. Oh, well, okay, Michaela, can you go up next? Oh, okay, Lindsay's here.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. So Michaela, if you just want to tell them about who you are, what your rank is when you started, and then give a tip.
Hi guys, my name is Michaela Alexander. I'm a diamond leader, and I started back in December of 2014, so almost 6 months. And I was going to share some tips about working your business through social media. For myself, it's worked really well, just because that's how I was told to do it. I have a daughter, so I'm really busy. So yes, you can do, you know, parties and things like that, but you have to take Instagram as it's a perfect opportunity to grow right outside of your cold market. You can literally have an international business right from your phone. So when I first started, I had never used Instagram before, so I was told different ways how to follow people. So Taylor said, find people that you can relate to. So when you're following people, follow people that you can relate to. So for myself, because I have a daughter, I started following baby boutiques or baby shops, or stores that I would shop at. What else can you follow? If you're a college student, go for different colleges in your area, or where there's so many different ideas that you can pick. Like you can Google, you can hashtag anything and find different types of followers. So that's how I started. And what I did was, so I'll follow a baby boutique, for example, and then I will go to a recent picture that they've posted, and I will go to their likes, and excuse me, I will like, or I will follow all the people that have liked that picture. So I find that's really a good idea, instead of just following their followers, because you have to remember, some people are following, different people, and they're ghost accounts or they're inactive accounts. So if you go to a most recent liked picture and follow those people, those are most likely people that are on Instagram often. Like Jamie said before, I try to follow new people every single day. These people are potential distributors, potential loyal customers. You have to think of your Instagram account as your shop, right? You don't want to be showing the same people the same things all the time. You want, a constant turnover of different people looking at your, your lifestyle, your product, what you have to offer. So what else? So following, unfollowing is important. Being positive and consistent is huge, especially if you're planning on doing it on Facebook as well. For myself, I followed Taylor for almost 6 months before I even said anything, and I was watching her. I was watching every single post she was doing. Every time she talked about how amazing her team was, how excited she was about her family, I wanted that, and it got to a point where I couldn't stop thinking about it, and then I finally said something to her. So even though people aren't necessarily liking your pictures right away or asking you, there are people watching. Trust me. So if you're doing it on Facebook as well, you know, talk about where you're about to go in this business. Talk about how amazing your team is. You know, support each other. You know, congratulate each other when they are when there's different promotions. When I first started, I didn't promote. I didn't have a team, so I bounced off what was going on in like the whole team. You know, anytime somebody was promoting or someone was talking about a bonus that they just got, I was celebrating it with them. I was encouraging them and showing how excited I was because I knew that's where I was going. What else? I don't know what else. Oh yeah, making sure that you're commenting and liking other people's pictures is huge because you want to be building those relationships. You know, when you like other people's pictures or comment on them, your hopes are that they're going to see who these people or who you are and who's this person that's like messaging me and commenting, and they're going to go and look at your profile, and they're going to look at your posts and what you're posting about. So I don't know, I could ramble on for ages, but that's kind of the key points I would say is really important. You know, Instagram is amazing, and you know, use it to your advantage. And Jade Hooper always talks about like the first month is kind of about building your foundation. Don't get discouraged if the first month you know you're not getting a lot of activity or you're not sure if it's working. You know, the first month you might feel like you're following a lot and you're posting a lot, but trust me when I say keep consistent and stay positive, because people are watching and they're going to watch you either give up or they're going to watch you get to the top, and then they're going to start messaging you and wondering what's going on, right, and want to join. So yeah, I'm good. So that's kind of like, I'd say that's the key points.
Yeah, those are great points. And I love that you touch base on making sure that you're commenting and liking other people's photos, because you want to get that interaction. You want to get people wondering, who is this person? What is this person doing? And a lot of the time I find anytime I do like photos, you'll get a lot of likes back to your pictures as well, which is great for your Instagram to have more likes.
She's like, we laugh. Okay.
So yeah, I think that's a great point to follow, and make sure that you're taking that time each night or throughout the day when you have that time, when you're following people, make sure you're liking their photos. So Amanda McGee, Ambassador Diamond, also talked about, it's called the 951 rule. So when you're going through your Instagram and you're going to go to someone's page, you're going to like 9 of their photos, you're going to comment on 1, and when you're commenting, you want to make it that it is something to interact with that person. So saying something like, wow, this is such an amazing beach resort, like where are you? Or something that they have to respond. So you don't want to just make a comment. You want to make that interaction, and then you start to engage with people. The other day, I've had this mom that's been following me for a while, and then the other day she, I posted on, you know, like, wow, this food looks delicious, like, come cook for me once. And she had made the comment like, well, yeah, she's like, I would love to come to Canada, so if I ever come over there, I'm going to hunt you out, and we'll have a big cookout, and we'll have like a play date with our kids. So interactions like that is huge to the business. I mean, who knows if she's interested in my business or if she's interested in products, but I'm gaining this relationship. And when you're gaining relationships with people, that's when your business will start to form, because people are going to buy who you are. They're not going to buy your products. They're not going to buy your business, or they're not, you know, they obviously are because that's what their interest is, but they're going to choose and pick who they want to buy from and whose team they want to join based on who you are. So you're the one that's going to be bought. So when you want someone, so you want to make sure you're excited and you're showing love to your followers, that you're engaging with them, and that you're interested in who's following you, and you're not just about the business, that you want to engage with others. So I think that was a great tip. Oh yeah, so the 951. So like 9 photos, comment on 1, and then when you're going to go into this person's followers, and you're going to follow 5 of their followers. But the thing is, when you're following these people, they have to be requests. So you have to, there has to be a request to follow them. So if you follow 15 and you still haven't gotten those 5 that you have to request, keep following until you get 5 that it has to request, because they believe that the more that you have to request them, the chances are that they're going to follow you back, because theirs is private and they want to see who you are before they allow you to follow them back. So thanks for sharing your tips, Michaela. That was great. Lindsay, so if you want to unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and then share a tip.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay. I'm a Diamond Leader. I started at the end of November last year. I am going to give you some tips on getting distributors. Basically, for me, I went almost a month, I would say, without a distributor. And I remember, like everyone else, you know, I messaged Taylor like every day, how do I get distributors? How do I get distributors? And my very first one was someone that I didn't know, and it was actually someone that I was talking about the products with. And she had said that she had used them in the past, and you know, it was outside her auto shipment. And I said, well, if you've used them for that long and you love them, why don't you just sell them? You know, we have all these great incentives, and you know, when you start, you can get free product, and if you're already using them anyway, you might as well make money. And that's how I got my first distributor. So that's always important. I watched a video recently, and they said never like kind of prejudge someone. So never try to find a customer good for a distributor. Everybody has potential to be both. So whenever you're offering product to someone as a customer, you can always say, you know, have you ever thought about making money instead, or just saying, you know, would you rather make yourself money instead of making me money? So that is like huge. Always kind of bring it up whenever you're talking to somebody. Especially like when you're going over the prices, you can say, like for the wraps, for instance, they retail for $99, or you can do our 90-day challenge and get them for $59, or you can be a distributor and pay $99 and get the free wraps, and then after, you know, in your first 30 days, you could qualify for $120 in free product, like just something like that. Just kind of like slip it in, and you'll never know like what they'll react to. So that's a good tip. And then my biggest way that I signed so many distributors in January and in February, I pretty much did them all off lifestyle posts. So if you're just say, join my team for $99, typically they don't grab people's attention because all they see is that $99 and they don't know why they should join your team. So I literally changed everything about my Facebook and my Instagram. So my Instagram was obviously mostly my son anyway, but you know, I used to be the type of person to post negative stuff on Facebook if I was in a bad mood or like whatever. So I really just changed how I was posting and how I was coming off. Even if I was in a bad mood, I would post something positive, and that's like the #1 response that I got back is, you know, you seem so happy now, really, you know, awesome, and all that. And that's how I honestly got most of my distributors. They were a lot of people that I knew, but I didn't reach out to any of them. They kind of all came to me because they saw an opportunity, because it was making me happy and it was making me money. So you know, in the beginning, I know a lot of people feel like, how can I say what It Works is doing for me if I haven't really made any money yet? And you don't have to go out there and say, you know, I'm making $10,000. You can just, like, if you get a coffee, use the hashtag #ThinksItWorks. Like, that hashtag goes so far, and, you know, it's been brought up before to use it, but really use it. Just small little, like, everyday things like gas or anything, that's a lot to people. Some people can't afford to go get gas. So, you know, if you thank the company for getting your gas, that might pique someone's interest for you. But I'm just a firm believer in lifestyle posts, and, like, obviously when I was able to quit my job because of this company, I made a huge deal about it. And, you know, a lot of people pay attention to that kind of stuff. And then also, too, when your customers are all done with their 3 months, like, follow up with them and be like, did you love the products? You know, have you thought about making money off of them now? So everybody is a candidate to be a distributor. So don't just think, well, they won't do it. You have to offer it. So just offer the opportunity to everybody. I'd say that's about it.
Yeah, those are some really good tips, especially when you talked about I got distributors off my lifestyle post because, like I said before, people are going to buy you. So when someone's looking to join the company, they're literally looking about a how and a why and what can this business do for me. So when you display that already on your Instagram and your Facebook and you're living that, it works is changing my life because it works makes me feel great because. I love my team page. I love watching these girls inspire themselves. I mean, when I first joined, I was like, okay, now what? Like, what happens now? But as soon as I got on the team page, I was like, wow, like, look at all this support going on. Look at all this love that's taking place. Like, these people are saying, like, we feel like a family. So I would, post about that on Facebook. If you see other people, quitting their job or stuff like that's a lifestyle post that you could post about and be like, wow, look at my teammates. So people are literally looking for how and why. So how is this business going to change my life, and why should I, spend this money? So if you're just going to, like Lindsay said, have those lifestyle posts and to be displaying it, people then can just look to it and be like, wow, I wish I could buy a coffee. Wow, I wish I had that extra money to pay for gas. Wow, I wish I didn't have to worry about, where that money came from for my groceries. Little things like that. It doesn't need to be those big things. Because a lot of the time, people aren't coming in from that mind frame anyways. They're wondering how they're going to pay for their groceries. They're wondering how they're going to pay for their gas. They're wondering how they're going to pay, for new clothes for their children, little things like that. So that's what really draws people in, because then people really connect to you and be like I said, wow, I wish I could, have money for that. So I think the lifestyle post is really what's going to draw people in. It's going to get people questioning and wondering about this business and wanting to talk to you. And then when you also are displaying, it's so great to have this money extra, to buy a coffee, and it's so nice to not feel guilty for spending, this $2 on a coffee because that $2 could have went to something else. So little things like that really makes a big impact on those distributors looking for you. So I love that you've talked about the lifestyle post, because I definitely believe that that's how distributors are going to come into you. So did anyone else have any other points or tips that we didn't really touch base on, or any last-minute things that you wanted to say?
One thing, for the Ruby bonus, if one of your 4 customers cancels before you hit Ruby, you have to replace them.
Oh, yes, that's a very good tip to remember. Yes, that's very, very important. You want to make sure that all 4 of your customers have run an auto shipment in that second month to be paid out your last bit of that bonus, because the bonus is going to be paid out on 2 different paychecks. So you want to make sure that you're maintaining your Ruby rank the next month, and that your 4 customers have run their auto shipment, and if not, you need to replace them. Anything else, Michaela or Jamie, or you think that's good?
Yeah, I would just say maybe, what was I going to say? Just to remember that if somebody says that they aren't ready, remember, like, we're in this for life, and that you're going to need distributors and loyal customers through this whole business kind of thing. So you're going to, if they say that they can't afford it until next month or whatever, just make sure that you're writing it on your list of follow-ups, because like we say, we're in it for life. You're going to need loyal customers and distributors next month or a year from now. So
yeah, that's definitely important, for sure, that people are going to join when they feel comfortable joining, and people are going to buy products when the timing is right for them. So just to go over, again, if you do not have this Ruby chart printed off, you need to print it off, or you need to write one out like this. And I want you to make sure that you're adding in those 4 loyal customers, because getting those 4 loyal customers, like I said in the beginning, is so important in your first 30 days. If you do not get them, you do not qualify for the bonus. So you want to make sure you have this written out or printed out, whatever works best for you. Have it where you can see it every single day. And as you're enrolling, write down the names of your loyal customers. Write down the names of your distributors, so that you see your chart and you know exactly what needs to be done. I also want you to go to wherever this is in your house and write down, I earned that Ruby bonus. I'm a Ruby leader on whatever month you need to promote by. And say it. Have it in your front mind every single day. This is a huge, huge, huge tip on how I've always been successful, is having my goals right in front of me. I've got 7 mirrors in my house, and it's written all over all the mirrors, because it's so important to have that focus and remind yourself of what you're trying to accomplish. Without your goals written down, you will not succeed. It's a big one. So like I said, you can go to your documents. In your eSuite, you go to Document Library. You'll search Ruby, and then this chart will come up. Print it, write it up, and start to get these names filled out. And that is how you will earn the bonus. So I hope we answered and helped you guys with learning special tips and tricks, and I hope you guys took notes because it's so important to write things down. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to message me or ask on the team page, and we'll answer them as quickly as we can. I'll be at my computer for the next hour, and I'll be open to just kind of, you know, going back and forth and answering questions right away. So yeah, just message on the team page for any other questions, and I hope that helped you guys. Bye!